Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Cholera, and I'm bringing you another commentary with the Mantos in it. This is Reach versus Hoejja, played yesterday in the Winners League between KTF and Air Force A's. I'm very excited to be doing this, as I am with any Reach games, but I will say, though, that I might decide to tone down the Reachisms a little bit in this game. I know I've been a little bit, enthusiastic about the Mantos just a bit in my previous cast, so I'll try to keep it a little more neutral this time. I do have to say, though, I am favoring Reach here in this game, as I usually do, but this time for good reason. This video is of Reach versus Hoejja, Game 3 of the Winners League, by the way. And Hoejja is another one of those KTF players that is sort of anonymous, and really just isn't a great player. He's actually 5-4 against Protoss, but he hasn't really played much otherwise. And he got eliminated pretty early on in the OSL, I believe, this season. So I did see, I think, one game of him or two games of him in the OSL around the 32, but it didn't impress me at all. I do have to say Reach should be a favorite here in this game, especially because, he's got a lot more experience than this guy, even though Reach's weakest lineup is against Zerg historically. This is Medusa, pretty even that for both races. In fact, I think it's a perfect 50-50 balance. And Reach is going to get the scout in first here against Hoejja. Reach probably is going to set up for a Forge Fast expand there. I'm going to try to commentate this one realistically, I guess is the word. Obviously, I'm favored towards the Mantos for a variety of reasons. Not only because of his manliness. It's mainly because he's one of the old great players that you just want to see do well, because you know that they don't practice as much, and they've historically done very, very well. It's just the same as someone would support I Love Ubi or Boxer. Except Reach also is very creative too. He definitely revolutionized Protoss play when he came out, and he certainly definitely led to a lot of interesting stuff. Look at this. Interesting enough, we're seeing Hoejja going for 2 hatcheries before spawning pool there. So Reach is going to go straight to Nexus, of course, in response. He'll probably go Forge Gateway after this, and maybe 1 cannon will be enough. Certainly 1 cannon should be enough at this point. We'll see if he goes Gateway first. That's a possibility also. So yeah, I mean, this commentary is going to be a little more realistic, I suppose. I won't be talking about how Reach won't get gas, for example. Clearly, he is going to get gas if he doesn't go 2-gate. We'll have to see how he manages to do. The only game I've casted so far, Reach versus Zerg, was that game against Odin, which wasn't impressive at all. Interesting enough, look at that. So he actually didn't expand. I'm sorry, he didn't go for a 2-hatch before pool. Instead, he actually was forced to expand behind his base. That's what actually was going on. Now he's having trouble still expanding as natural expansion. So he hasn't gone 2-hatch before pool. It's a pretty rare build, in fact. So Reach is actually going to have a little bit of an economic edge here. Now he's forced to plant off position. Looks like he cancels, and now he has to plant again. That's a loss of 25% of the minerals for the hatchery. I know I've been saying 1/3 for some time. That is a mistake. When you lose a building, when you cancel a building, you lose 1/4 of the resources you put into it. So he did lose, though, a good 75 minerals there, just from the cancel and the replacement. And Reach, of course, it only costed him 25 minerals to place that pylon down. So certainly a trade that Reach will take any day. Meanwhile, Reach has his 1 cannon up. He should have a Zealot coming out pretty soon, and he should be able to defend against any kind of Zergling attack here. So Reach taking an early economic advantage, I feel. Not too big of one, but certainly a little bit of an advantage, because he did go 12 Nexus most likely, and he did force the Zerg to cancel and replace his hatchery. And also Hoejja looks like he just has his drone wandering around for no reason. Note that I did not call that Zealot a manlot. I'm actually going to appropriate manlot for only times when Zealots are incredibly manly. By definition, the Mantos Zealots are manlots, but I'm going to try to keep them as Zealots until they do something particularly impressive. Anyway, here's the lair going up for Hoejja. Hoejja, I really don't know much about his play. I'm going to guess he's just from the 3-hatch lair. It's going to be that standard Spire into 5-hatch build that every single Zerg does nowadays. But whoa, I'm wrong actually. That's an early Hydralisk Den, so this could be a Lurker Rush here. Certainly not a bad build on Medusa. We've seen Zerg players go for Lurker Rushes of different sorts all the time. But Reach is going to scout this. He does have that Stargate going up, so he's going to have a Corsair running around pretty soon. And he has 2 Zealots now approaching Maybe they're going to gain their man status pretty soon. Also, Citadel of Adun, not surprisingly, he likes his speed lots, and he probably likes his early Templar attack too. There's his second gas. So that's another thing that, of course, I always say you have to pay attention to what the observers are doing at any given time. The Korean observers always have a reason of showing something. Now, that's an early second gas. If the Zerg was going to be going for that standard 5-hatch build, that second gas wouldn't be there. It would be much, much later, after the Spire's gone down and after some more hatchery has have gone down. Anyway, there's Reach with a probe. He's probably going to get in and scout it, so he's going to, if he sees a Hydralisk den, if he sees a Hydralisk rather, he's going to know immediately about that there's a Lurker rush imminent. Or possibly a 4-hatch break, but most likely lurkers, and looks like he's going to see the Hydralisk den, so he's probably going to plant a couple of cannons immediately now that he knows this is coming. Regardless of whether it's lurkers or an early Hydra rush, he knows he's going to need extra cannons, and there he goes. There's with one more cannon. By the way, of course, the commentator idol competition is going on right now. If you are subscribed to me, most likely you're subscribed to Violet Attack. But do watch these episodes and do support the contestants. There's 4 contestants remaining, and they're going to be doing dual commentaries this week. And I'm totally excited about the results of them. They're going to come up. The videos they make are going to come up this Thursday. So I encourage all you guys to watch them and vote. And you know, I hope you know, you guys know that that I'm putting a ridiculous amount of effort into these, so I do hope you guys watch them. It certainly takes me more effort to make those episodes than it takes me to make these normal commentaries. And I know some of you guys have been wondering, well, why don't you just make more commentaries? Well, I do think you know, in terms of my legacy, or you know, what I'm doing for the StarCraft community, you know, I started off as just like they did, you know, as a pretty obscure commentator about almost a year ago, but you know, it's because I had a lot of support in the meanwhile that I managed to get to you know, your guys' YouTube pages. Most of you guys wouldn't have known me if I hadn't had the help of other people. Anyway, so it looks like Hoejja has not gone for early lurkers. It was just an early den, and meanwhile, Reach has gone for a DT that's managed to sneak by. He's scouted everything he needs to scout, and he's putting up a lot of gateways, probably waiting for a +1 and the speed upgrade to send some zealots through. And interesting enough, we saw that early den, but no lurkers. Instead, we see 2 more hatcheries. So sort of a I don't know, sort of a backwards build here from the Zerg player, and I don't think it helps at all, because here's my logic. I mean, you could just go and put the hatcheries down about the same time as the den, you know, the 4th and 5th hatcheries, and you'll have more drones in them in the process, because you'll be able to pump more drones out of your 3 hatcheries instead of building these early Hydras. If you're going to not use the Hydras, why build them so early? I guess one of the few reasons might be to get the 2 Hydra upgrades earlier, the speed and the range, but those don't take that long to research. Anyway, here is Reach with a DT. This DT is going to get killed off, I think. Yep, there it goes. Trying to sneak in, but not going to get anywhere there. The early speed really helps out there. Oh, Reach going down now. There are some speed lots. There's some lurkers, rather, but the man lots, yes, I call them man lots, just run right over them. They fear no speed lots, and I don't think Reach has observers. This is the problem, though. There's the lurkers. Finally, lurkers are now attacking the temples. The temples are going to go down momentarily, and we could be seeing those lurkers in the back, but Reach, meanwhile, has gotten right into the front of the base here, and there's no lurkers out yet in the front of the base for Hoejja. So Hoejja could be in big trouble here to this +1 speed lot attack. Actually, it's not even +1. It's just a pure speed lot attack here from the Mantos, and the Mantos just running in there right now. It looks like his Corsair is going to get sniped off, but it looks like actually he loses all of his zealots. My screen actually lagged for a sec because of how many zealots there were. It's just too manly for my laptop right now. But there's a bunch of cannons also going up. It looks like Reach actually managed to retreat some of them. He's also putting up a pylon wall. Nice work there. Creative use of pylons. And meanwhile, these overlords are now approaching. I don't know if they have early drop tech or not. This could be an early lurker drop of some sort, and that would be disastrous for Reach. I don't think he has a robotics facility up yet. He's lost his Corsairs. I mean, he looks to be in huge trouble right now, I gotta be honest. He's got some High Templar out, so that's the only thing right now that can counteract these lurkers. The pylon obviously is going to go down. It's only a temporary deterrent. There is an observer right there, though. So the observer is gonna be out in time. That speed overlord, though, still might allow the Zerg to snipe the observer, which will certainly limit Reach's mobility here. So Reach looks like he's managed to hold off the Zerg's Lurker attack for now. He is a bit contained though, and he's getting something at his Cybernetics core, most likely Dragoon range there. He's probably going to have to go to a more Goon-heavy map against Lurkers. Sorry, Goon-heavy unit composition against Lurkers. Now we're seeing the Lurkers attack the Forge. That's very, very critical there, because the Forge obviously is critical for that +2 attack upgrade that Reach is probably researching right now, and you do not want that delayed as a Protoss player. Reach is probably going to use Storms here to get rid of these Lurkers, I'm going to guess. Yeah, there's a Storm. Those Lurkers a little bit bunched together. Oh! Manlots running up and attacking Lurkers, but meanwhile, the back of Reach's base is exposed. The Reach's Zealots have to run back there. And Lurkers coming into the back also. This is not looking good once again for Reach. Hoejja has control over the back of his base now, and he's going to be able to have those Lurkers on the high ground and attacking the probes. This is looking horrible for Reach. And there's the Lurker on top. Wow. Terrible, terrible for Reach. I don't know how he can come back from this. There are some observers. There's a good Storm catching some of the Zealots also, but looks like Zealots are just going to run in anyway. That observer has almost